the top somehow. That I will achieve, because I do the things I should between my brethren, kind and good. So I'll keep moving on, I won't stop now. I'll keep moving on till I reach the top somehow.
Oh yes, my Straight Talk family, you've heard that theme song, and I am sure by now you know that it's long past the time for me to say a very pleasant night to St. Kitts and Nevis, and a very pleasant night to the entire world. As we are on the World Wide Web, and we reach and we communicate with you all over the globe. So I'm at liberty to say good night. I will say good afternoon, and I will also say good morning, because one of those would be applicable to, one of such greetings would be applicable to the region in which you now find yourselves. Some of you may be in Africa. Some of you may be in Europe. Some of you may be in Asia. And there are a whole lot of you all over North America. So I'm at liberty to say, as I said, good night, good morning, good afternoon, my Straight Dog family. But we do have first timers. I'm almost certain about that, because many of you continue to share the link, and for that we are eternally grateful. As when you do, we get first timers, and if they are first timers, I'll be surprised they're none. But for the first timers, may we inform you that Straight Talk is a public service program that facilitates and promotes free expression on all issues of national interest, be they legal, be they environmental, be they technological, social, economic, and or political issues. On Straight Talk, you do have a forum to express yourselves freely. Let us in the process ensure that we express ourselves with some decorum. And on this program, we try to raise the level of national consciousness. We try to raise the level of national, regional, and international consciousness, that is. We try to raise the level of regional, national, and international discourse by alerting all our people to their rights, to their responsibilities, and certainly to their obligations. My name is Ian Patches Liebert, and I give Almighty God thanks for blessing me with yet another opportunity to join you in conversation on yet another occasion. And I'm a bit tardy. For that, I apologize. We've been having quite a lot of technical difficulties in recent times beyond our control, but thanks for the technical team. We do get things sorted out and ready for us to go, albeit sometimes a little late. But just to let you know that nothing, absolutely nothing, is watered down on this program. We never try to make it more interesting, neither by omission or by exaggeration. Straight Talk is not about sensationalism. We're not about creating excitement. Because when we do that, if we ever do that, we never do that. Because we believe we'll have to do that only at the expense of accuracy. And on this program, we promote what I call the unvarnished truth, the plain truth, nothing but the truth. And it is my bounden duty to ensure that we express the facts, especially when it comes to governance, transparency, accountability, and all that goes with them. Whether in St. Kitts and Nevis or wherever you are in the world, because we are joined together with people across the Federation. And we are joined with people across the entire world, in the Kittitian, Nevisian, and Caribbean diaspora in particular. So, my Straight Talk family, we thank Almighty God for helping us to understand, oh, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Yes, and for the first timers, we thank those who share the link one more time. Let me remind you, let me inform you that Straight Talk is a participative program. By that I mean we include your calls, we include your emails, and if you're so minded calling, the numbers are on your screens. If you like what I call the cloak of anonymity, we provide that email address. That address is also on your screen. But hear this. There's no Straight Talk without a special welcome to our junior brigade. I saw young, was it Travis or Travon? Which one of them I saw last on Saturday? On Saturday, yes. Travis or Travon. I have always mixed up the brothers. But we say hi to Travis, Travon, Dwayne, Tristan, Jasmine, Shamar, Kevin, Rue, Jamal, my grandson Neymar, Saraya, Elizabeth, and oh, that special lady in St. Louis, just all is well, and you're back in one piece. But my Straight Talk family, in the interest of time, let's move right to our observations. After which, we will move to our thesis, which I have titled, Who Stole the Cookie from the Cookie Jar? I'll tell you all about it. But let me first inform you that the 29th Leeward Islands Calypso Monarch for 2026 was held in Antigua, in Anguilla, what am I saying, last weekend, and it showcased the top Calypsonians here in the Leeward Islands. And Montserrat celebrated Calypsonian Keith Roy de Beer Mawson once again conquered the regional Kaiso stage, and in the process he captured the Calypso Monarch or Monarchy. And these were the results we can inform you.
I have here the judges' results for the 29th Leeward Island Calypso Monarch 2026. I'll tell you the second runner-up, the first runner-up, and then the winner. Second runner-up, scoring a total of 746 points. None other than the second runner-up, King Destroyer. Scoring 746 points. $746 points. Second runner-up, King Destroyer. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, now Destroyer, you can't win no other prize. Again, you can't be first runner-up too. Okay? So, first runner-up in the 29th Leeward Islands Calypso competition scored 784 points. 784 points. First runner-up, the only lady in the group, Queen Roxy. $784 points. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to announce this and then I'm going to run. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2026 Leeward Islands Calypso Monarch scored 866 points. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, hailing from Montserrat, the Bear. The Bear. The Bear with 866 points. 866 points for the 2026 Leeward Islands Calypso Monarch, the Bear, out of Montserrat.
Yes, my True Dog family, the Bear, the two powerful performances, earning 866 points to secure the coveted crown. And his victory marks his fourth Leeward Islands title, adding to previous triumphs in 2007, 2012, and 2023. And the Bear really came. And according to him, he gave them licks. Oh yes, my Sweet Dog family, the Bear really came. And he gave them, as he said, he gave them licks. And my second observation, my Straight Dog family, I want to reflect on the electricity company, Skelec, wants the St. Kitts Electricity Department. And 15 years later, after moving to Parliament and passing legislation that corporatized Skelec, the question is being asked, who is the electricity company Skelec really serving? I remember it well, because then Minister of Electricity, Asim Walters Martin, he had this to say, my Straight Talk family.
In 2011, the electricity department virtually was converted into a private company, 100% owned by the government of St. Kitts and of the government of St. Kitts.
He always stumped me with that. A private company converted into a private company, 100% owned by the government. I think what he meant, though, the only subscriber, as according to the MOU, the Memorandum of Understanding, and the MOA, Memorandum of Association, I think it is. The only subscriber, or the sole subscriber to Skelec, is the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, that is. So therefore, Skelec is owned by the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. But 15 years later, however, Skelec appears to have forgotten who its owners are. The irony could not be greater, because in the midst of a cost of living crisis, when families are struggling to put food on the table, Skelec continues to disconnect residential customers, particularly the poor and vulnerable, just because they have fallen behind on their electricity bills. And then, as though it was some great act of generosity, the minister and soca engineer Conris Maynard announces a 15% down payment if you want to be reconnected. Yes, if you want to be reconnected, you have to make a down payment of 15% off that particular bill. And this gesture is in celebration of Skelec's 15th anniversary, and it holds for the entire month of August. But we asked ourselves, what good is a discount? Yes, ask yourselves, what good is a discount on reconnection when the real problem is that struggling families simply do not have the money to keep the lights on? But this is where the hypocrisy becomes glaring. Because before the minister negotiated with Christopher Harbour, that included a controversial land for debt arrangement involving electricity obligations. And more recently, the Prime Minister disclosed that more than $2.4 million in electricity debt was recovered from Christopher Harbour when it sold its marina, my Straight Talk family.
Specifically, the sale has facilitated the payment of EC $2.4 million to Skelec.
$2.4 million. So the obvious question is, how much does Christopher Harbour still owe Skelec? And why does Skelec appear so determined to pursue the ordinary struggling citizen while the public remains in the dark about the full extent of outstanding commercial debts? If Skelec is truly a company owned by the people, then its policies should reflect fairness, accountability, and compassion, not a system in which the poor are disconnected first and the powerful are well-connected debtors receive accommodation. electricity is not a luxury in the modern world. It is essential to life, health, education, communication, and economic survival. So 15 years after Skelec was supposedly transformed into a company owned by the people, perhaps it is time to ask a very simple question. When the lights go out, whose interests is Skelec really protecting? The people who own it or the people who owe it? And that's the question I leave with you tonight. And just a public service announcement, my Straight Talk family. We saw a notice coming from the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court. And it relates to the transfer of judges, and reassignment is the right word, I believe. And you can glean from your screens that St. Kitts and Nevis Circuit, or the St. Kitts and Nevis Circuit, with effect from the 21st of September 2026, will have a new judge in her ladyship, the Honorable Justice Paula Guilford, who will be reassigned from the state of Grenada. Also, on the 14th of September, the week before, we anticipate the reassignment of her ladyship, the Honorable Justice Sehia McDowell, from the Commonwealth of Dominica. So we have all ladies on the bench. Interesting. And moving from St. Kitts to Montserrat, Justice Patrick Thompson. And I hear many people say, thank God, Justice Ian Morley, that white man or Scottish man, is moving to Dominica. And many say, thank God. But take note, my Straight Talk family, and I mean not to sound racist, but Morley, I met him one night someplace. I won't speak about it here, my Straight Talk family. But our fourth and final observation, and it's what everybody is talking about, my Straight Talk family. The PLP convention of Saturday, last Saturday, my Straight Talk family, the PLP candidates were launched. And to most, if not all, made their first impression. It is said that everybody gets one opportunity to make a first impression. And the candidates of the People's Labour Party, PLP, did just that on Saturday. They gave us all a very good first impression. And that is the general view of most, if not all, the people who attended or looked at the convention via stream or YouTube, for sure. And I always speak from the heart. I speak from the heart tonight, not from a script. I say what I believe, and sometimes some get upset, and I apologize for that. But on Saturday night, what I saw and felt was unmistakable. The people are hungry for change. And that is exactly how I felt standing among the electrifying crowd at the Newtown Park Paddock during the PLP convention. The message from the people was unmistakable. The country is heading in the wrong direction, and they are looking for an alternative. Now, nothing made by human beings is perfect, but I declare, without any water in my mouth, that the PLP candidates made a powerful first impression. Starting with constituency 1. When I witnessed the launch of engineer Calvin Pemberton, I said to myself, oh my, East Bastille, after 4 years, has finally found a real alternative to the self-confessed slow student. We know who that slow student is. And I stress self-confessed because it wasn't me. He was the one who said this, my Straight Dog family.
Look at me, comrade. I told you how I started off as a slow student. I went to 1A4, 2A4, 3G7, 4G6, 5th form, 5G6, and guess what? I repeated. So I was in school for quite a while. But look at me today. Bachelor's in psychology with a minor in social work. Masters of Education, another master's degree in political and organizational psychology. And I would have been in a program for quite a while, since 2005, I'm not ashamed. And in 2016, I was offered the opportunity of getting a PhD.
Imagine that. What a turnaround. Turnaround. In the 5 and 6 stream throughout his elementary and secondary stage. And at the tertiary level, what a turnaround. But the fact is, my Straight Dog family, Calvin Pemberton brings to his new venture, his new job, technical competence, energy, and a fresh perspective to the political landscape, my Straight Dog family. Yes, he does. I state clearly.
I am a resident of this constituency who have watched our community struggle, our young people leave, and our voices go unheard. I am a real neighbor. I am a known face. I am a community member. And I am a constituent, like many of you, who have decided enough is enough. Enough is enough, man. You work hard. You have talent. And you are being forced to choose between staying poor or leaving your family. I will build the economy that let you build your life here with an innovation hub, with small business startup grants, with apprenticeships and mentorship programs, with real job attached. Your generation will not be an afterthought under my watch. I have accepted our individual and collective life realities, which tells us that cost of living relief is needed. I will push for Skelec reform. I understand that some of you voted for change in 2022, but ask yourself honestly, and you can answer the question with me. Have your electricity bills gone down? Are your children employed? Do you feel heard? And the answer, it is no, no, no. I am asking you to demand better, and I will deliver it. I, along with PLP, will deliver it. People know that we can do better, and you are waiting to make that choice. To all of you in the sound of my voice, I say to you that hope begins with Pemberton. I am here for you, the people. I am ready to work. I am ready to serve. I am ready to deliver.
Yes, hope begins with Pemberton. And get rid of the slow student. In constituency number 2, Damian Lawrence demonstrates the kind of youthful energy that could provide a compelling alternative to Marshall Henderson. Believe it or not, my straight dog family.
Our federation deserves more. We deserve a government that lifts us higher, not one that breaks us under pressure. A party that puts people before politics. A party that believes a government should work for the people, not against them. A party that lifts. A party that lifts. A party that serves. A party that believes you are the most important part of their mission.
Yes, my straight dog family. And a compelling alternative, like you said, to Marshall Henderson, who has herself acknowledged that she's overwhelmed by her demands or the demands in office. Not me. She said this.
Sometimes the responsibilities of leadership can be heavy. A lot of times, if I can be completely transparent, the responsibilities of leadership sometimes can be overwhelming. It can be heavy, and sometimes you question, yes.
Her responsibilities, or the responsibilities of leadership, you've heard her, can be heavy, overwhelming. So don't you think it's time for the youthful energy of Damian Lawrence? And then there was constituency number 3. And I am sure, my straight dog family, I am absolutely certain that the constituency of number 3 must be breathing a breath of fresh air following the emergence of Troy Spuddy Henderson. They have to be breathing a breath of fresh air following the emergence of Spuddy, my straight dog family. Spuddy Troy Henderson presents himself as the alternative, and he is a darn good alternative in my humble view, and that's the view of everyone who have found out that Spuddy has made himself available, my straight dog family. He represents an alternative to the incumbent whom critics accuse of being disconnected from ordinary people, my straight dog family. The soccer engineer, Conris Maynard, has not finished his song and can't, because he's so condescending, disconnected, like I said, from the people of West Bastille. an elected representative who they say looks down upon them. He looks down upon West Bastille from his mansion on the hill. And West Bastille, they're breathing relief since Spuddy has emerged.
Stand before you today, the proud son of a single mother from Fry's village. I know how hard go. I know how it is to come home and very little to eat. No, I didn't have any opportunity handed to me. I had to work for it. I want to make clear, I did not go to university. But while I'm saying that, I want to encourage each and every one of you who have that opportunity to go, you must go. Being cloaked with God's faith, wrapped in determination, discipline, hard work, and the support of good people, I was able to build my own business.
A businessman started from the scratch. Spuddy is well endorsed. In constituency number 4, I simply love what I see in young Delonte Lewis. This is a young, intelligent, and adaptable young man. Words are almost inadequate to describe the talent and potential that Delonte brings to the table. He appears to be the kind of person who can fit into any team and make a meaningful contribution. That's my humble view of young Delonte Lewis.
Because leadership must be judged by results. When COVID shut down our tourism, this federation was still protected. We had jobs and we supported families. It feels as though nothing even happened to us because it met that crisis with real reserves. That is what competent management looks like.
And my Straight Talk family, Constituency 4 is indeed blessed to have such a candidate. And yes, politics must also recognize the contribution of women. And the PLP is fortunate to have 2 educated women amongst its candidates. Or in fact, I should say 2 educators in women. One in constituency number 5 and the other in constituency number 8. Their presence and political participation add balance, perspective, and strength to the team. We can say so much about Mrs. Patricia Isles Caesar. So much, I say, we can say about Patricia.
I have witnessed the stranglehold of the cost of living. I have witnessed hunger, constant water and electricity woes. No jobs, you feel me? No jobs, no money, no future. I see parents carrying burdens they should never have to carry alone. I see grandparents who spent a lifetime building this federation, wondering whether they can afford the dignity they have earned. I see young people with talent, intelligence, and ambition, yeah man, and asking themselves a question that should break every heart. Must I leave this country that I love in order to build the life I dream of? No nation can afford to lose its greatest investment, its people.
Of course, it's people. and Claudine Saunders advocates for housing for teachers, amongst other things.
One of the visions I've had for a long time, and those who sat in the classroom and in the staff room at Basti High School, I would want to see a lottery system for homes. If you have been teaching for 10 years or more, right, and you do not own a home, in each of the constituencies, and I'm putting this on the table for Dr. Harris as early as now, I would love to see where we could have some homes being left for teachers. So we put their names once they qualify with what we put out in terms of criteria. We call them to a session similar to yours. We roll that ball and we pull their names and say, Jennifer Williams, you'll be getting a home in constituency number 1. We'll roll the ball again and we will call all the other teachers, and of course, thank you for the lovely years you would have given to a country and take you off of a mortgage and paying somebody else's, but to pay your own mortgage.
Then, my Straight Talk family, each team needs a leader. Who is the leader? Timothy Harris. Is Timothy Harris perfect? Of course not. But who is perfect? The only perfect man to walk the face of this earth was the man called Jesus Christ. So let the stones be thrown. Let the accusations fly. But there is an old biblical admonition that says, he who is without sin, let him cast the first stone. Yet, judging the political rhetoric coming from some members of the Jew cabinet, one would think that every one of them has hands as clean as a whistle. But the people are not fools. The people have eyes. They have ears. They feel the cost of living. They experience the frustration. They see the promises that have not been fulfilled. And many are now saying that the ship of state has been badly navigated for the last 4 years and has run aground. Terence Michael Drew will take us straight back into the clutches of the International Monetary Fund. The PLP convention was therefore more than a candidate launch. It was a political statement. It was more than a launch, I said. It was a political statement. It was a strong declaration that there is an alternative. And whether the critics like it or not, whether they believe it or not, there is a growing sentiment amongst ordinary people that the country needs one captain to steer the ship back into safe waters. And increasingly, that sentiment can be heard in 2 simple words: Harris again. But that is the political reality. That is what people are saying. And sometimes the truth does not need embellishment. The People's Labour Party is the only alternative to the Terence Michael July failed Labour administration.
I stand before you today, the proud son of a single mother from Fry's.
Wow.
When PLP speaks, everyone listens. Because we are the only alternative in this country. No matter what they do or what they say, they know this election will be a contest between the outgoing Labour Party and the incoming People's Labour Party.
They can't keep a good man down. Always keep a smile when they want me to frown. Keep the vibes and they...
And From the look of things, a PLP gonna win this election. From the look of things, it's only one way that would lead to the right direction, and it is the way of the People's Labour Party.
And my Straight Talk family, as I said, sometimes the truth does not need embellishment. Because when the facts are laid bare, they speak louder than any exaggeration ever could. And that is what I call the unvarnished truth. People are fed up with this failed Terence Michael Drew administration. They can't wait until he rings that bell and they will give him the voting finger. We can't wait. And those are my observations in review for tonight, my Straight Talk family. And I move hastily into my thesis, which I've titled, Who Stole the Cookie from the Cookie Jar? And my fellow citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis, I read an article on social media just a few days ago, and I found it troubling when I checked and confirmed the veracity, the truth of its content. So, tonight I ask us to join together because we can no longer afford to tolerate the comfortable amnesia of the political elite, while the truth, or while the wealth of our nation, I should say, is systematically stripped away. For too long, the hard-working people of this federation have done everything right. You woke up early, you labored under the blazing sun, you paid your taxes, and you trust the institutions built by our ancestors. But when I saw this, my Straight Talk family, on social media, I was troubled. Terence Crosman reads the headline, Managing Director of St. Kitts, Nevis and Anguilla National Bank, terminated for misconduct. My Straight Talk family, I raised that issue some months ago when a criminal complaint was made against the National Bank. The authorities in white-collar crime and the DPP, the Director of Public Prosecution, Adlai Smith, turn a blind eye to the facts that were presented. But here comes this article, my Straight Talk family. Very interesting article. You must read. And it says that the sources in St. Kitts and Nevis have reported that Terence Crosman, the managing director and first vice chair of St. Kitts and Nevis Anguilla National Bank, has been terminated with prejudice for misconduct. Crosman has been accused of overcharging the bank in its purchases from a company in the United States which he controls, while the bank learned after conducting, an internal investigation. The article continues and I read, Crosman, appointed by the Labour government of Prime Minister Drew, who earned EC $90,000 a month as managing director as part of a 2-year contract for $2 million. Yes, you're reading right. At first, had the balance forfeited, but later, due to political pressure, was paid the remainder owed on the $2 million contract. My Straight Talk family, it continues, it has been rumored that due to his involvement in payments in the CBI, the bank feared he might make incriminating statements such as have been made by former St. Kitts CIU CEO Lescan. He was formerly the chief executive officer of the country's Sugar Investment Diversification Foundation, SIDF, where he was also terminated in 2014 following an internal investigation conducted over there in the foundation's finances. The SIDF would not declare the reason he was cashiered. My Straight Talk family, in addition to all this, Terence Crosman is signatory to the $60 million loan to Christopher Harbour. Under the Team Unity administration, the government was trying to recover their monies and failed, and therefore tried to cash the lien on the land, the collateral, 400 acres of land. The court had already ordered that the land be returned to the bank. Government change. And all of a sudden, the lawyer, we are told, was instructed to desist from moving that order forward. We don't know if that meant forgiving the loan. But till this day, the government, which is a 51% shareholder, has said absolutely nothing to the minority shareholders of 49%. Neither the country. Terence Michael Drew has said nothing about this important development. But today, we stand looking at an empty treasury. We stand staring at a broken system and demanding an answer to the single most damning question of our generation: the rot at the National Bank. The National Bank is rotten. We understand that the Minister of Finance, Terence Michael Drew, tried to instruct the chairlady or chairman. And when he was asked to put it in writing, he backed down. Terence Crosman is gone. Look at what transpired. My Straight Talk family, at our very own St. Kitts, Nevis and Anguilla National Bank. This abrupt dismissal of Terence Crosman as managing director did not happen in a vacuum. It opened up a Pandora's box of institutional rot that they desperately tried to keep under lock and key. But how do they explain a system where a single man can secure a staggering 2-year contract worth $2 million while simultaneously maintaining a private company that provided third-party services to that very same bank at double the market cost. It is reliably rumored. It is reliably rumored that the company's name is Genesis. We'll get more information on that, my Straight Talk family. But this is not simple mismanagement. This was a blatant, brazen conflict of interest. And while ordinary citizens are dragged through the mud just to secure a small business loan at the bank or a mortgage to feed their families, a select few are handed the keys to the vault at the bank. To make matters worse, we watch as massive loan agreements, as I said, to the tune of $16 million vanish in thin air under the leadership of Terence Crosman, who actually signed that loan when he was the CEO at SIDF. And court hearings designed to recover the public money were abruptly halted and dropped the moment a new administration took office. Who gave the order to silence the courts? Who decided the public's money wasn't worth fighting for? Was it Terence Michael Drew? Someday you will have to answer that question or those questions, Terence Drew. And again, this is not happening under this new Labour administration. It always happened under Labour. Look at the shame of the Valley and what I call I don't remember cabinet. But the arrogance does not stop at the bank steps. It reaches into the highest halls of government. We were forced to witness the sickening spectacle of a government minister entrusted with sacred responsibility of the Frigate Bay Development Corporation. Gada, yes, his name is. You must know who is Gada. Signed away millions of your dollars into a contract at the Valley Greens. And we don't talk because we have a mouth. We provide the evidence. Gada signed that contract as minister with responsibility for Frigate Bay, as the minister of tourism, my Straight Talk family. In 2005, he signed that contract. Yet when hauled before the public to account for this massive expenditure on a golf course, an 18-hole golf course, go down to the valley, go down and tell me if you will find an 18-hole golf course anywhere. You won't. I bet you my last dollar you would never find that golf course. And that's a small golf course, an 18-hole golf course. But when he called to account, Gada looked the nation straight in the eye and shamelessly declared this, my Straight Talk family. He declared this.
Apparently, he wants me to explain to the nation why I, as a minister, signed an agreement. Well, it seems as though he wants me to explain why I signed. I'm told that he said he's not accusing anybody of bubble, but that he was just asking, where's the money? That's what I'm told, right? And I don't remember. But let me say what I have to say. I'm not saying it didn't happen.
He can't say it didn't happen, but he don't remember, he says. How convenient, how insulting to the intelligence of every petition and division. If a regular citizen forgets to pay the electricity bill, the power is cut off. If a vendor forgets their license, they are fined. But a government minister, Gada, signs a multi-million-dollar contract that binds this nation to debt And his defense is selective, politically manufactured amnesia. They remember how to collect their pension. Jew remembers how to his state-funded housing allowance while living in government-owned luxury at Beacon Heights. But they suddenly lose their memory when it comes to account for your money. The CBI slush funds and less cans disclosures is another one. Nowhere is this betrayal more dangerous than in our citizenship by investment program, the literal lifeblood of our economic sovereignty. The explosive allegations brought to light by former CIU chief Lescan have confirmed our worst nightmares. Whistleblowers and international bank records have exposed a shadow market of illicit cash payments, unrecorded passports, and unaccounted for wealth. Our nation, my Straight Dog family, our national identity was treated like a fire sale. Thousands of passports were heavily discounted and dumped onto the global market under the guise of alternative infrastructure projects or public benefit options, completely bypassing the standard public escrow accounts. Millions upon millions of dollars meant to upgrade our hospitals, pave our roads, and lower your electricity bills were instead diverted into a labyrinth of private bank accounts. They push our country to the brink of international isolation, forcing into years of scrutiny just to clean up a mess made by the unbridled greed. And my Straight Talk family is not just on the mainland here in St. Kitts. The empire of greed shifted to Nevis. We call the Destiny Venture. Yes, the Destiny Venture, my Straight Talk family. If you think this rot is confined to St. Kitts, look across the Narrows to Sister Nevis, where a new shadow empire is being constructed right under our noses. Look at the highly controversial Destiny Project, spearheaded by Belgian crypto millionaire Olivier Janssens. They are attempting to carve out an autonomous, tax-free mini-state on our sovereign soil, pushing their own court systems and their own crypto laws. One of Janssens' consultants referred to it as an island in an island.
Special economic zones, as defined by the United Nations, are geographically delimited areas within which governments facilitate industrial activity through fiscal and regulatory incentives and infrastructure support. If you look at this definition, there are three core elements. And if you only take one thing from this lecture, it's those three elements. It's a geographically delimited zone. You could speak of it as an island within the country. It has got its own set of rules and regulations. And why does it have that? To serve the purposes of a specific economic objectives. That's what we're talking about. A zone set up to achieve business objectives.
And yes, my Straight Dog family, look at the security wall. Look at the security wall, my Straight Dog family. Can't hide. But let's examine the groundwork for this massive enclosure that was laid. How did a foreign millionaire manage to secure an exclusive land purchase agreement to buy approximately 2,670 acres of our land? It's there, my Straight Talk family, as part of the site plan. 2,670 acres of our land in Nevis. That can't be disputed. It's our land that they are buying. Look at the site plan, I said, with one particular agent called the go-between. This is literally 1/10 of the island of Nevis, my Strategic family. 1/10 of Nevis is being purchased. So who is still acting as the real estate broker facilitating these massive land grabs? Let's not forget that. Who is still acting as a real estate broker to facilitate these massive land grabs spanning from Long Point in Nevis to Saddle Hill? It is Sharon Mama Brantley, a politically exposed person, a PEP, who just happens to be the wife of the Premier of Nevis, Mark Anthony Graham Brantley. Is that a coincidence?
Mr. Premier, you said in a, I don't know if it was a press conference or somewhere, you said that your wife was the person who was looking lands and either buying or selling to Destiny. Can you tell us if she's in that same position as of today? Can you tell us if there has been any has you picked up any sales on any lands over in the south recently? And has anybody pulled back? Can you tell us that? Thanks.
Yeah, the only aspect of that, Paula, that I could answer is to say that my wife was hired by Destiny some time ago to contact owners of lands in the area to determine whether or not they'll be minded to sell their lands. Some have agreed to sell, some have said they will not sell, some have negotiated, and I believe that that process is still ongoing. But I can confirm that my wife is working on that project as a realtor. She was approached by them and she is assisting them in reaching out to potential sellers, to owners of lands, and trying to determine whether or not they're minded to sell. I think that was the position from day one, and that continues to be the position.
Imagine that. And the Premier tried to claim total innocence, telling us he has no involvement whatsoever in his wife's multi-million-dollar real estate dealings with these foreign investors. But when wouldn't shipping crates addressed directly to the Premier's wife, packed with Bitcoin ATM machines, if ever these crates, hear me out, if ever these crates or shipping crates arrive at the Destiny office, the illusion of separation will shatter. Because while they sweeten the deal by promising a $1.3 million dialysis clinic for 2 years, or a measly $100 monthly stipend to distract the local population, the real prize is hidden in the dark. This entire special sustainable zone agreement will be custom built to channel an estimated 10,000 lucrative CBI shares, my Strategic family. This was confirmed by Johnson himself.
Is the project a CBI project?
Yes, the idea is that people that buy a unit can also, get a passport with that. So it also increases the CBI income, because the CBI income has been drying up substantially. It's also a big concern for the island, so it can definitely help rejuvenate the whole passport program.
So, the Terence Michael Drew administration is obligated, hear Jensen's words, obligated to issue 40,000 passports to property buyers through the CBI scheme for Destiny. And how that is estimated at 10,000 CBI shares, had 4 per family. The applicant, the husband or wife, and 2 siblings, 2 children. That's 40,000. But my straight dog family, once again, our national identity is being repackaged, commodified, and battered away in exclusive agreements with one political family. Yes, the Brantley household will cash the real estate commissions while the citizens will get the crumbs. But hear this, the hour of reckoning is coming. We are done with playing their games. We are done with accepting the selective memory of corrupt ministers, the convenient silence of bank boards, and the shadow deals of the well-connected. Every economic, social, and political sector of this country has been stained by this culture of entitlement. The vault door has been left wide open. The bank records have been laid bare by international courts, and the specialized white-collar crime units are finally moving. The people of St. Kitts and Nevis are rising up with one voice. We demand names. We demand assets forfeitures, and we demand absolute justice. No more cover-ups, no more excuses, and no more amnesia. As we stand on the precipice of an historic reckoning, we point our fingers directly at the corrupt establishment and demand the ultimate truth to the question that will echo through the streets of Basseterre and Charlestown until justice is served. And that question, who stole the cookie from the cookie jar? And that's my story tonight, and I'm not going to change it. And I'm going to open the lines and entertain your calls and your emails. And I want you to tell me, who stole the cookie from the cookie jar? But please, respect others. And of course, to achieve that, you must first respect yourselves. Let us try to be fair to all concerned. And let us try to build goodwill and friendship. Let us try that the things we say and do will be beneficial to all concerned. And in the process of saying and or doing those things, let us strive to build a kinder, gentler St. Kitts and Nevis. Believe it or not, it's 9:24. I tarried long, but I had to. But I'll go to the lines now and take our first caller. Caller, you are live.
Good night, Mr. Leiber.
Good night, my dear. I recognize that voice as usual.
Yes. Those who corrupt the public mind
Yeah.
are just as evil as those who steal from the public purse.
Just as evil as those who steal from the public purse.
I repeat, those who corrupt the public mind are just as evil as those who steal from the public purse. Have a great evening.
Thank you very much. As per usual, our quotationist, I call her, from across the Narrows, always provides us with thought-provoking quotations, and this one tonight is no exception. Those who corrupt the public mind are just as evil as those who steal from the public purse. Let us go back to the lines and thank this caller for holding. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Thank you. Good night, Brother Patches.
Good night, my brother.
Wonderful perspective.
Thank you.
I must admit, I did not steal the cookie from the cookie jar. I must admit, we know who stole the cookies from the cookie jar. And we know where the cookie jar has been placed. And the people of the Federation of St. Kitts, along with help, will recover those cookies. And we shall punish them. They cannot run from the Federation and go to another Federation with our cookies. We shall seek justice. Our leaders were given the chance in trust to see for the people, to look for the people, to take care of the people who profoundly put them in that situation. But instead, they swore with a Bible in their hand and they go the opposite way, contrary. Unacceptable. And I say, hell no. That's too much. It's too painful. And I'll iterate and I will reiterate. Because of our leaders, the people will perish. See what the United States, see what the European Union and Canada is doing. Potentially, it is our leaders. They know what they are doing. And there is no amnesia, you know. There is no amnesia.
There's none.
None at all. It is fabricated. So, I hope the people of the Federation of St. Kitts will do the right thing. Vote them backside out.
Okay.
And we're going to lock them up. They will be punished.
Okay.
The other thing is, I need to say, to all the political parties who make decisions or have made decisions, let us tag team. All of us not going to win. Some of us going to win, but we work in hands in solidarity.
Okay.
Give ourselves a round of applause. I will come with round 2. Thank you very much. I appreciate that time.
Thank you very much as well. We go back to the line and thank this caller for holding caller your live. Hello, caller.
Mr. Liebert, we're having a peaceful march coming up August 14th, Friday, August 14th from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. in Nevis, the Nevis Civil Society. We're having that. We're marching to let destiny that we're going to stand up for our country. So, no to destiny.
That's
Have a great
the 14th is that's weekend?
The 14th of August. This is Friday coming.
Oh, Friday coming, okay.
Yes, from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
14th of August. Thank you very much. Thank you. We trust that we go and support that march. We go back to the lines. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Mr. Straight Talk.
Mr. Abracadabra.
Abracadabra, my brother. How are you?
I am peaceful, my brother. What about yourself?
I know your heart. I know your heart is full because you see that sweet lady and it's a blessing.
Yes.
You hear that laugh and that's a blessing.
Yes.
That's a blessing, my brother.
Yes.
You know? So it's good. It's good. It's always good to see someone for a time and, you know, when they left you with that blessing. I'll see you when I see you again. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yes, yes. Mr. Strater, I don't know what's going on with our country. I thought that we were going to have jobs. We were, the cookie was coming from other places to come help eat up all the cookies because St. Kitts was going to have too many cookies and they couldn't eat them off by themselves. But now instead of they eat them off by themselves, somebody stole all the cookies. So there's no more cookies. So the ship cannot bring in those people again because all that cookies that was there, they get stolen or what sell out. I don't know what's going down. But those cookies are not there no more. Mr. Straight Up, we have our Prime Minister and tape saying that we're going to run out of people to work with these people.
Yes, yes.
He said, and he was boasting. And all of them was beating the chest and pounding the desk and everything. Where is those jobs today? I mean, look at it now. That year almost done. And he says that new hospital, just the other day again, they said that new hospital going to start and something, the foundation that they was going to put down, they had to change them. So now it's ready. I don't know what's going on with our little country, Mr. Straight Up, but I thank God for you. So, Mr. Straight Up, I got to give you some homework now. So how is the Barbados Varsity High School doing?
We understand some slabs have come forward. But
yeah?
Yes, we understand.
So I mean, that's going to be your homework because, you know what, man, I'm going to take my time because I speak to someone today and they tell me, listen, it's going to be in the mail. So I'm waiting for it to come in the mail and then I could say what I have to say.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at.
Okay.
But you are doing a wonderful job and just continue to do what you're doing. And I thank God for you went to that PLP thing. I had a pleasure of looking at a little bit of it and it's real good. So I just want them to stay on point, stay with the message and confirm what they're going to do with the message.
Okay.
Understand? That's all I can say to PLP. Do what they have to do. Mr. Straight Up, I just want you to take care of yourself because we're going to see sooner or later with God's blessing.
Okay.
Understand? I promise you that. So I'm just waiting for that mail to come and then I can enjoy myself, laugh. That's what went down.
Okay.
So, Mr. Straight Up, I'm going to see you when I see you. Be good. Take care of yourself. See you when I see you.
Yes.
Abracadabra.
Yes. My brother from another mother. Let's go back to the lines and thank this caller for holding. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Good night to Mr. Ian Patches Library. Good night.
How is Mr. Politics?
Oh man, I'm here listening to the program as usual. And I hear feeling like after that launch of the candidate then for PLP at the Newtown paddock.
Okay.
I want to commend the leader, Dr. Timothy Harris, and I want to commend all the candidates then who come forward to take this country out of the hands of the evil doers we got hit here in Parliament. Patches, we know that we went on in 2015 to cause the unity to be there. And we know how PLP come. PLP come by a lot of courts work. Join with Pam Nigisian. We got to go to England and all those things. Because what they want to change boundaries in our kind of ways. Just because they want them to win the Labour Party to win the election again. And PLP, the unity come together with Dr. Timothy Harris as the leader of the unity construct. And there's a lot of thing and dance. They call it all kind of name. Call it concoction and all kind of thing. And Patches, the unity successfully win the election, the 2015 election. And they will have think it's going and they go. And then 2020, election call again. And PLP win the election hands down. Unity win the election hands down again. But everybody know what caused the breaking up or the unity. That's why you see some political party and them out there suffering now. But Patches, let me move on.
Quickly.
Let me move on. Patches, let me tell you something. All these things revealing coming from National Bank and all those things. The Prime Minister got an advisor just come on and I radio talk show. He supposed to enlighten the people them about these things. But instead of that, everything what they want Timothy and his brother and all kind of things. Want to mislead the people of this country.
Okay.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And this thing because they're in government now. Timothy and his brother 4 years now, they have nothing to do with government. I have nothing to do with working in government or do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
These guys here on the backbench watching out what's going on. The evilness of what this government is doing now to poor people. And Patches, let me tell you something. As long as the people them who I see show up to support the PLP party up there at the Newton paddock, because I know other people going to jump off from different political parties to support when the election ring. Because Patches, they cannot take no more. The poor can't take no more. Can't to the king anymore. And Patches, if I get back.
Okay.
And I want to wish Straight Talk all the best. That's why I tell the people to listen to Straight Talk, because only Straight Talk got the news and got the facts about bringing the message and the issues and the ill to these people, to the Federation and those who in the diaspora. Patches, have a good night.
Have a good night as well. We call it the unvarnished truth. Caller, I want to thank you for holding your live. Hello, caller.
Yes, good evening. Good evening, Mr. Libert.
Good evening, sir.
One question. Could you please, I know the young lady for PLP accused my president of being a dictator. But could you imagine whether a governor, a mayor, or else a president of the United States wife would able to do what the premier in Nevis wife doing? Tell me any place.
Only in St. Christopher.
Without someone raise the issue of conflict of interest.
True.
So when people talking about dictator and all it, tell them look at home. The other thing I would like to say tonight, Lenny Davis came there to investigate the Douglas administration. Hello?
Yeah, we listen to you. Go ahead.
And what Lenny Davis did, he was nothing but the fixer for Bill Clinton. Came to St. Kitts to investigate the labor outgoing government, and he leave there a millionaire. Today he's a millionaire. And the other thing I don't understand, you advertise that program of the Western Hemisphere, and I wish to God that every man, woman, and child were able to see that program.
Okay.
The other thing I would like to say tonight, if someone looking for the story of Legal Nut, it was a documentary, but it's also at YouTube. You could just type in St. Kitts Legal Nut.
Yes.
God bless you and take care of yourself. I'm going to sit back and listen.
Thank you very much. God bless you as well. And thanks for your contribution. And yes, the Western Hemisphere, the Les Can and Lanny Davis scandal is available online. If you just enter proudamericanstudios.com and you go straight to that episode, the first episode of the Western Hemisphere. Caller, thank you for holding your live.
Blessed good night to you.
Good night.
How are you?
I am peaceful, my dear. Yourself? I can see your dimples.
I am beautiful and happy. Yes. I was looking for you, but I believe I get too drunk to find you.
Your new candidate got you drunk?
The Duke of the days and everything had been jumped, so I couldn't find you. What a disaster. Who feels it knows it.
Knows it, yes. Yes, yeah, but
I would like to know. I didn't listen a case with Gaza and his family with house, land, money, and everything. Who was the judge for that? Was Timothy Harris was the judge for that? Because every time Gaza goes on the radio, he have to call Timothy name. So I thought Timothy was the judge that make him get what he was hustling for. But I will let you know if Tim was the judge for that. That's the reason why he put him so. And because he ain't get the peer. That's another one. And let him go and find the check what he signed and say he can't recall. I noticed he cannot recall what just happened, but he could recall down in 2018 and all of them down the 1820 and 1830. He could recall them, the statehood and everything, but he can't recall the check that he signed.
Just for clarity, is that the check he signed? He signed a contract. The contract.
A contract. The contract.
It's on your
yes.
screen. You can look at it now.
Okay.
His signature is there. His signature is there.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes, right. For over $50 million for the Valley Golf Course, an 18-hole golf course. Yes, right. But he don't remember.
Yes.
He don't remember.
But he cannot recall.
He cannot remember.
He ain't say it ain't happen.
Yes.
But he cannot recall. But he could recall down in 1840 and all them that he could recall them there. But he can't recall this one here and what's not. When you hear them calling Tib name all the time is a distraction they want from us.
Yep.
A distraction they want. But it ain't everybody. Good night. It ain't everybody. It's good night. Stupid. It ain't everybody stupid. Maybe the followers behind them stupid, but it's sensible people out here and whatnot. Think it's people. Stop biggie dog and the bone. The right one is in your mouth, hold it, and let you shut up, stop on and eat there. That's what we here right now today. Are your dog and the bone. Patrice, have a good night. I will be back.
Have a good night as well. Nice. Straight Dog family. And just for information, I know some people may be wondering who is Gada. And you can look at your screen and you see Gada is Gerald Anthony Dwyer Astafan. And you can see he signed the contract. His signature is there as Minister of Tourism. And that lady was correct. When asked, where's the golf course and where's the money? He said this.
Apparently, he wants me to explain to the nation why I, as a minister, signed an agreement. Well, it seems as though he wants me to explain why I signed. I'm told that he said he's not accusing anybody of bubble, but that he was just asking, where's the money? That's what I'm told, right? And I don't remember. But let me say what I have to say. I'm not saying it didn't happen.
Yes, my Straight Dog family. Don't remember. I didn't say it's not happened. I wish, I want to commend and congratulate PLP and Dr. Harris for an excellent convention, reads this email, held last Saturday. I am very impressed as well with selection of candidates chosen to run in the various constituencies. I know most of them personally, and they are young, educated, cultured, and has the capacity and ability to represent the Federation at the very highest level abroad. It was a very good convention and the turnout was wonderful. And each candidate gave a good account of themselves and what the intention is for the future of their respective constituencies. I wish them all the best. Reads this email. PLP launching of their candidates has sent shockwaves amidst the political naysayers. The indomitable Harris has caught them off guard with his new team of able men and women. Some of them are so politically inept and don't know what they are doing and want. The last slate of candidates PLP had for 2022 general election, Harris was roundly criticized. Some say they look like pinders. Even Kennedy Simmons himself jumped in the fray and said not one of them are qualified to represent the federal government at international conferences. Simmons had surprised me with that ridiculous statement. He forgetting that Labour used to refer to Pam Richard Keynes as the illiterate professor when he was campaigning for political office, only to realize that Keynes turned out to be one of the greatest finance ministers in the OECS and CARICOM. I believe Keynes' name and photo should be on one of the impending new notes for his remarkable performance as junior minister and minister of finance. My question to Simmons is that when you criticize Harris in 2022 for launching a bunch of uneducated men as candidates, do you know that Nubian was one? So now that you have the said Nubian as a candidate for PAM in Central Bastia, are you still of your warped opinion that Nubian is a dunce? Furthermore, Nubian is not only a candidate for PAM, he is a deputy leader of the PAM party. Ain't you feeling ashamed now, Dr. Simmons? Reads this email. Caller, thank you for holding your live. Hello, caller?
Captain.
Yes, my lord.
Captain.
Yes, sir. That sounds like the Bible man.
Yeah, Mr. Captain.
Yes.
The Bible man is here.
Yes. What's on your mind?
Well, the Bible man is going to read Psalm 130 Psalm. Hear the word of God says, Patrick, here. Out of the bed I have cried. Out of the bed I cried unto thee. Oh Lord. Hear it here. Lord, hear my voice. Let my ears be attentive to the voice of my supplication. Patrick, the word of God said in 3, verse 3, dear thou Lord, should thou mark iniquity, O Lord, who shall stand? But there is forgiveness with thee, and thou shalt be here. I wait for the Lord. I wait for the Lord. My soul does wait, and I in the word of hope. Now, Patrick, I am gonna have Psalm 41. Hear what the word of God say, and when I see the word of God, and that hitting me for the past from since Saturday, that has hit me more than ever. Hear the word of God say, blessed is the man that considereth the poor. In the time of trouble, the Lord shall do it. I said, you see poor, consider the poor, you see the poor people attack now. I said, when you look after the poor, they always remember you.
what you have done for them. Now, again, you took it half of the salary. Then I remember you. And you can get up, you can get delivered. But I pray that when election time comes, I think in the Bible, when God talks to a king in the Bible, and when he was doing all that he had to do, he might when he get up, he had writing on the wall, and he called Daniel to make a long story short. He called Daniel to really read the writing. And you know Daniel told him, a man of God, me and I don't know. You are way in the balancing and unwanted.
Okay, my brother.
The writing is on the wall.
Okay. Thank you very much.
The writing is on the wall.
Yes, got you loud and clear, my brother. Have a pleasant night as well. Thank you for what I usually call your biblical interventions from the Bible man. The greatest PLP convention is now the talk of the town. The Labour Party criticizes. Can't find no fault with the organizational management and execution of the conference. They are now abusing the young girl who sang the anthem. They have nothing substantial to say. Poor them. A grudge they grudge. But it is Harris again. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yes, caller, you're live.
Patrick.
Yes, sir. Turn your equipment down. Just listen to your phone.
Yeah.
Just listen to your phone, please.
That person that called you just now, is he a preacher?
Which person? The Bible man?
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's a preacher.
Well, tell him when he come on the Bible, when you preach, when he's a preacher, you don't argue the word of God.
You know what?
Yeah, we don't argue the word of God.
Okay.
He's quoting the scripture and the Bible, and he's like, he argue with you.
Okay.
So then when he come, he go keep a low profile.
Okay, my brother.
Sometimes you can't even hear. I see you trying to turn on your system just to understand what he's saying.
Yeah, you shout sometimes. That's true. Yes,
You know we go.
Yes, got you, man.
Anyway, it's a nice program, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'll call back sometime. Yeah.
Thank you, my brother. Let's go back to the lines. Thank this caller for holding. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Thank you again, Brother Patches. It's me again.
Yes, sir.
First of all, I must say, thank you, Lord, for making me to 60 years today, August 10th.
Happy birthday, my brother. May you live to see many more. Young man.
I still have long longevity in me.
Well, the Bible says 70, if by reason of strength, it will be 80 years. I don't like the other part about fading away, though. But at least,
During my time of the political intervention, political activists,
okay,
I will condone with all political parties independent, except Labour, that's full of amnesia people, dementia people, and the biggest of all, bubble and kleptocratic antics. I must also say, sometimes we have to pardon people if they could repent and atone. No man is perfect, but sometimes we have to step up and admit our guilt and our ills that we brought upon people to move forward. So, having said that, I will stand and I will keep my stance as who I am. Let it be known I am a fighter for the good of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis moving forward, trying to stamp out all what is yet to come that is still in the mix. But one day, we will overcome all these. Instead of crying, as we say, bawling, there will be happiness. It's on the horizon. A new day is yet to come. Let us travel that better way. Thank you for hearing me again. Good night, brother culture. Good night, brother politics. Good night, Jam Down. You guys are powerful. We here in the United States listen to you guys and continue to do what you're doing.
Okay.
I will come with round 3. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your intervention. It's now 3 before 10 o'clock. Good night. Reads this email. I do not think Mark understands or he's trying to fool people. Mark should understand that he being the Premier of Nevis, his wife should have washed her hands from that SSZ deal. It does not smell good. And if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, what the hell it is other than a duck? It cannot be a shark, even though Mark is behaving like a hungry shark. Reads this email. I am writing to tell you that I'm very upset, and I will add another name to my list to mute another caller, and his name is Winston. Something he calls from the US, and he said that he's coming home to St. Kitts to run for election, and I think he'll get 1 vote, and he will vote for himself. I am very upset because he said that no one should vote for Timothy Harris, and they should lock him up. Is he referring to the Honorable Timothy Harris? I hope he has a smart TV and would have looked at the convention on Saturday, August the 8th, to the Mammoth Convention. I was thrilled, and I broke down in tears. I was so very impressed with the presentation of the candidates. They were well spoken and impressive. I say hats off to all, and I hope Winston, or whatever his name is welcome to come on board as a member, but there is no space for him as a candidate. Patches, Labour is waiting to have candidates apply, as they have been looking for new candidates as replacement, and number 5 is having some problems, as the person who ran in the 2 last elections claims that he wants to do a three-peat, and they are saying no way. Enough is enough. The date of election cannot be made right now, as they do not have a full slate for the Labour Party. You played a tape with Marcelo saying send letters to terminate civil servants for supporting a party they like and want to be part of. And Marcelo is the Governor General? I am really confused because this is far from honest and dignity. She told the person to send letters to these people to send them home for their rights, and she's now the head of the federation representing the king. Shame and scandal in the family. This is shameful. Anyone would wonder if our government is an old McDonald farm. Reads this other email. Good night, Mr. Liebert. I was told that the government has brought in Haitians and Spanish workers to build the Bastille High School. It was said that they are not allowed to come out. It said persons are taken there to prepare meals for these workers. It is alleged that they have blocked out the entire site from outsiders. Can you investigate and find out if these allegations are true? I would be grateful if some light can be shed on this matter. Read this email. The minister and staff of the Ministry of Finance must be held totally responsible for the funds of the country. When they cover up any financial irregularity, they are aiding and abetting in financial crime and are all stealing from the cookie jar, which is this other email. Patches, it is a talk from reliable sources that a number of Africans are being registered to vote and are placed mostly in number 8 to boost Drew. These names are not showing up on the monthly list, but they plan to bring them out on the final electoral list. I am calling on Dr. Harris to look into this scheme. Read this other email. And my Straight Talk family, it's 2 minutes past the 10 o'clock hour. We started a little late, so I intended to give you back some time. And those of you would have joined me late as well. And we looked at our thesis for tonight, which I titled, Who Stole the Cookie from the Cookie Jar? My Straight Talk family, we looked at the issue relating to the termination, the apparent termination of the managing director of the National Bank, to be exact, the St. Kitts, Nevis and Anguilla National Bank. I investigated the story and confirmed that its content is accurate. The managing director was paid $90,000 per month. Yes, $90,000 per month. We understand that as managing director of the National Bank and the National Trust and the National Insurance, he demanded that as part of his $2 million contract. But you understand that he also had a company that provided services to the bank. That company named Genesis. But his abrupt dismissal as managing director did not happen in a vacuum. It opened up a Pandora's box of institutional rot that they desperately and still desperately are trying to keep it under lock and key. But how can you explain a system where a single man can secure a staggering 2-year contract worth $2 million? How can you? While simultaneously maintaining a private company that provides third-party services to that very same bank at double the market cost. You remember when National Bank was upgrading its system? You remember when they were upgrading the website? We understand that Terence Crosman came in, and although the bank paid for the work that was already done, he discarded that work and commissioned another undertaking. But this is not simple mismanagement. And with his company, it is a brazen conflict of interest. And while ordinary citizens are dragged through the mud just to secure a small business loan or a mortgage to feed their families, my Straight Talk family, a select few are handed the keys to the bank vault. Let's take this call. I'll come back to that. Caller, you're live.
Good night. Good night. Good night, Mr. Liber. Kalikwan Aunt, how are you?
Good night, Kalikwan's aunt. I am peaceful yourself.
I was there by the convention Saturday. I saw you up in front.
You was where?
Yes, I was there Saturday.
And you didn't come and look for me? Huh?
That's what I'm telling you. The camera shine you up every minute, but I cannot get up to you. Up there because up there was so crowded with those pam pam girls. Up there was so crowded. I couldn't get up there to you.
That's no excuse. You said you wanted to see me, and you said you wanted to marry me, and you see me and you run from me. Huh? you had your husband there. No, just tell him he's your friend.
No, I was just sitting.
Okay.
So while I speaking, a gentleman said like this, Miss, do you call over Patrick? I said, no, I don't call over Patrick. I'm not telling me. He said, you sure? Because I catch that voice. And then I come out and I tell him, yes, it's me.
Okay.
That's what I told him. Okay. But what character said, Mr. Loyberg? This country of St. and Nevis is not going away underneath this government here, you know? He ain't going anywhere, nothing at all happening, nothing to do in this country here, underneath this government here. I heard Douglas say, Timothy walking, picking up alcohol in a little boy to talk about one for election. He don't care what little boy here pick up. We had enough and enough is enough. How they want to run this country, how they want to treat poor people in this country. Timothy used to give poor people the $500. And he cabal them, Dr. Joe and he cabal them, take out 3% and put it on the money. You know how much money they did get them on time? And the poor man who put them inside there. Can he sell 600 horses? People in this country can't pay their bills. They're going to soon start to cut out people light and people water and people cable. People cannot stand up and pay for the bill in this state, Mr. Loybod. Huh? When they're going to come out? When they're going to give up? We had enough of them. Huh? They could talk all anything about Mr. Harris. Because who God bless, no man caught. He don't care how much they abuse him. When they abuse him, that one strengthen him more. Because coming next election, the same word and the same tongue when they think on him about get rid of him, I come back and hand them. He gonna come back to hand them. And Mr. Library, I have something to say. Today when I come from work, my granddaughter called me and tell me police was by my house and walked to send out this notice to the police then. I do not want them in my place and they do not have a warrant to read to say wherever, whoever they come from, wherever. I'm going to make sure I ask my granddaughter the name. I'm going to make sure I ask my granddaughter about the badge. If she know what kind of badge they had on them. And Mr. Lloyd that is standing up here tonight in my house. I'm going to read my Bible for all of them police say. Tonight, I'm going to read my Bible for all of them. I don't want them in my place because I don't like them. From the time they kill my brother's son over white yet over there. I do not like them. I don't have no more spirit, no more feeling, no more like this in the heart of them. So I hope they never went in my place today because they read a warrant. Otherwise, please fire trouble upon them. Because tonight, whenever I reach, I'm going to put my hand on that Bible and I'm going to start to read and I'm going to call the name. All who policemen with up there by my place today. I service for them. I hope they listen and I hope they don't listen. You and your program at night time. Because you ain't going on. So not tonight. I'm going to read.
Okay, we seem to have missed you, Kalaiquan's aunt. But let's go back to the lines and thank this caller for holding. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Yes, I will make this my last call. But 2 sessions ago, a gentleman called in
Yeah, make it
And I
fast
take it-
because this is your third
yeah.
call. So
I am taking it serious
Mhm.
because I have given my perspective about Harris based on facts verified by Straight Talk and from the whistleblower. On your confirmation, there was a threat I take seriously. When I come down, I might not be able to make it back to the US. There is another caller, I don't know if it's the same one, who vent an angry opinion again. I mean, I really apply the Mark Twain theory. But are you angry with me for my stance of trying to do us good? I am a Kittian, a born national.
Okay.
And I have a right to do what any other politician desire to do for their country. Sir, I am only a messenger and a person with respect to do the good, not the contrary to the bad that the past leaders has done.
Okay, got you
So,
loaded. Got you loaded.
I will say an apology for him, to me, and I love him.
Okay, got you loud and clear, my dear brother. I'm out of time, so I really can continue that discussion. We're really getting out of time. But let's go back to the lines. Oh, I lost that caller. Did I? Yes, I missed that caller. Caller, I'm awfully sorry. I inadvertently disconnected your call, but let's take this call. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
The right honorable Llewellyn Thatcher must in a grave turning because a 90-something years Labour Party, anytime they're in government, to rule and they're serving the people right, they do everything to win the government when they're serving the people right. Now, the 90 years in party, right? Doing all kind of things just to win the government, cutting up lists, bringing all kind of Nigerian and all kind of different people in the country to pad up the different constituency them with people. Because I get to the great point. And Patrick, that's a sad thing to the people of this country. When you're going to bring in people to vote over the national who born and bred and work hard and real in this country. It is a sad thing. They have nothing to offer to the people. They have nothing to tell the people. The last election, they win, they tell the people they're going to do this, they're going to do that. They can't fulfill the promises and they're trying to do everything to sneak this election. But Patrick, it ain't going to happen because we're going with our eye wide open for them. We're going with our wide open for them, Patrick. We are taking this tongues up. And good night, brother, welcome. And good night, brother Jones. You all do a wonderful job. Regardless of everybody's opinion, I have one opinion, but I like what you said tonight. No man is perfect. And people correct by the mistake alone. But God bless you and Straight Talk and continue to do the right thing for the people of this country and for the diaspora and for the, what do you call it again, the Western Hemisphere. But you have a wonderful night again.
Have a wonderful night as well as we wind down tonight's programming. Perhaps take 2 more calls before we wrap tonight. If you are so minded calling, let's try to get it in quickly and be as brief as possible. Caller, I'm going to guide you by the rules of brevity.
Yes, it's me again. I hear them say that they bring in party Nigerian. Where we going to do with so much of Nigerian in this place here? Party Nigerian, no, so we can get no from nowhere but Nigerian. Eh?
And I hear that them a change out the meter them again for the electricity. Where what happen? Them they are some smarter one and this one where they put up now. I hear them so them a change them out and what's not. So I want to know if they're smarter than them here what we have and what's not. And I want to know what happened to Mr. Jones tonight and the St. Thomas man. Are you coming? Why you try back for? I don't say why. I got to say I'm waiting for you all. Have a good night, Patrice.
Have a good night. Have a good night, my dear. I perhaps have time for one more call if you will be guided by the rules of brevity, my straight dog family. But as we wind up tonight, and as we mentioned earlier, our thesis, beg your pardon, focus on the theme or the title, Who Stole the Cookie from the Cookie Jar? We spoke to the National Bank. We also spoke to the Destiny Project in brief. Caller, I'm going to guide you by the rules of brevity. Can you use 15 seconds?
Patches, the next election is rapid in their fortune, man. Good night, man. Good night to your listeners,
Good
man.
night. Good night. They
Yeah.
call, what is it? What the normal say? You call the devil and he appear?
Oh, man.
Or his imps.
Yeah.
Or imp. How you do? Yes. Don't take me serious. Don't take me serious.
I heard that, man.
That's a little banter. Don't take me seriously.
I heard that cry, man. But those two ladies, it's two ladies.
Yeah, lady calling for you, man. They're missing you. Huh?
Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah, thanks for that, man. It's a little bit difficult identifying, distinguishing between two of them, both of them. I hope I got it right. Because it's two different ladies, but
yes.
I guess you're training us well, man. The ladies is on our trail.
Yes, yes. They asked for the St. Thomas man now. When he come in, he's listening, you know, but he don't have the guts like you to call it. It's
we want to know who is he voting for, man, because maybe after that bombshell Saturday, maybe he might be convinced now to come on over to Timothy Harris and vote for PFP. Since he's finally realizing that.
Yes.
Like, what's this? Is this the next gen Labour department? The next gen Labour Party. I mean, the next gen Labour Party might be messing up. He don't want to say it himself, but at least we can see that he's acknowledging.
Yes.
So the next election, Patches, man, is going to be very interesting to me and to the citizens of St. Nevis. And the question I'm going to ask you quickly is if we're going to stay on the path that we're on or we're going to get off. My personal opinion, we need to get off this trail.
Well,
we need new direction. St. Nevis need new direction.
Of course.
And
of course.
I would hope that would happen, that God would bless us in some way to make that happen for us.
Yes.
We need something to cheer for. The citizens are like stressed out, man. We under a lot of duress.
Yes.
You know, we're just divided, man. We need unity. You know what I mean? Patches, like you said, man, as we talking about these women, you know, man, just give me my love now, man. Show me my love and affection now.
Okay, my brother.
Because I may not wake up tomorrow, man. But we ask God to keep us going, man. Keep us here.
Okay, my brother.
The next election, Patches, quickly, man. 10 seconds, man. The next election is going to be really interesting. And like they say with the lottery, you got to be in it to win it. If you're not in it, I'm sorry for you. But for those who are in it, I just wish the best for St. Nevis. And Saturday, we see an alternate option. The people cannot ignore that. And one glimmer of hope, Patches. I mean, I don't know. Whatever you got to do to take this incumbent out is what got to be done. And I'll leave it there, Patches, man. Have a good night.
Have a good night as well. And as we wrap tonight, my Straight Dog family, we look at the title, as I said, Who Stole the Cookie from the Cookie Jar? But we know, my straight dog family, that the managing director of the St. Kitts Nevis Angola National Bank has gone. We understood that he doubled it. It's been reliably reported that his company, Genesis, did work for the bank. We know when the managing director was at SIDF, he signed that loan agreement for $16 million for Christopher Harbour, which they never paid back. Never paid back. The court order was there. But when the new administration took office, did the managing director personally give the order to silence the court? Who decided that the public's money, $16 million plus interest, was not worth fighting for? We looked at the arrogance that does not stop at the bank steps. We reminded you of Gerald Anthony Dwyer Astafan Gada, who signed a $50 million contract for an 18-hole golf course. Did that golf course disappear? If not, then the money disappeared. But there's neither golf course nor money. Yes, he signed the contract, Gada. And when you hear him talking, we must remind him of this. Remind him of this.
Apparently, he wants me to explain to the nation why I, as a minister, signed an agreement. Well, it seems as though he wants me to explain why I signed. I'm told that he said he's not accusing anybody of bubble, but that he was just asking, where's the money? That's what I'm told, right? And I don't remember. But let me say what I have to say. I'm not saying it didn't happen.
He can't say it didn't happen. But could you imagine this? What's a sickening spectacle of a government minister entrusted with the sacred responsibility of the Frigate Bay Development Corporation signing away over $50 millions of your dollars, my dollars, in a contract for the Valley Greens development, an 18-hole golf course. Where's the golf course? We don't see it. But where's the money? We don't remember. Yet when hauled before the public account, or the public to account for this massive expenditure, he shamelessly declares, I do not remember. How convenient, how insulting to the intelligence of every Kittitian and division. Who stole the cookie from the cookie jar? My straight dog family, that's a question we got to leave with you. Because when politicians or powerful figures suddenly claim they can't remember key details about a scandal, a contract, or crime, because forgetting is easier and safer than telling the truth. My straight dog family, we can't forget Nevis. And remind yourselves that on March the 14th, I think I got that right, the Nevis Civil Society will be marching downtown Charlestown against the Destiny Project. But our national identity is being treated like a fire sale. Thousands of passports were discounted. And up to now, Jew has not recovered those passports. So millions upon millions of dollars that could have upgraded our hospitals, could have paved our roads and lower your electricity bills were instead diverted into a labyrinth of private bank accounts. And my Straight Talk family, yes, it shifted to Nevis, Cheryl Mama Brantley. But my Straight Talk family, as we wrap tonight, the question remains. Once again, our national identity is being repackaged, commodified, and battered away in exclusive agreements. We one political family, the Brantley household, will cash the real estate commission while the citizens get crumbs. But every economic, social, and political sector of this country has been stained by this culture of entitlement. My Straight Talk family, our quotation tonight is appropriate. Those who corrupt the public mind are just as evil as those who steal from the public purse. The people of St. Kitts and Nevis must rise up with one voice as we stand on the precipice of a historic reckoning. We must point our fingers directly at the corrupt establishment and demand the ultimate truth to the question which will echo. And what we saw, my Straight Talk family, on Saturday, it is the general consensus that PLP is the alternative to this failed Terrence Micro-Jew Labour administration.
When PLP speaks, everyone listens. Because we are the only alternative in this country. No matter what they do or what they say, they know this election will be a contest between the outgoing Labour Party and the incoming People's Labour Party.
They can't keep a good man down. Always keep a smile when they want me to frown. Keep the vibes and
And from the look of things, a PLP gonna win this election. From the look of things, it's only one way that would lead to the right direction. And it is the way of the People's Labour Party.
And my Straight Talk family, across the Narrows in Nevis, again, I repeat, come the 14th, when is the 14th? The 14th, the Nevis Civil Society would be marching. My Straight Talk would be marching come on August the 14th. Thank you, Desiree. Through the streets of Charlestown. But we here, we stand on the precipice of an historic reckoning. We point our fingers directly at the corrupt establishments and demand the truth to the question that will echo the streets of Basseterre and Charlestown until justice is served. And we ask the question tonight, you told us, who stole the cookie from the cookie jar? And that's my story tonight, and I am not going to change it. I must thank Almighty God for guiding our conversation tonight as always. And I thank you, the many listeners, those who viewed, those who sent emails, and those who called. Remember, you are the ones who make Straight Talk, and for that reason, I say a big, big thank you. I am Ian Patches Liebert, and God's spear, we will connect on Thursday for another edition of Straight Talk. And until then, be good to yourselves and to all whom you meet. And remember that whatever your mind conceived, that you will achieve. But first of all, you got to believe. So when you wake in the morning, thank God for the morning light and thank Him for taking you through the night. And my Straight Talk family, keep moving on. Yes, it's Friday, August the 14th, a peaceful march will be conducted over there in Nevis. So get your marching attire. And until we connect on Thursday, bye-bye, my Straight Talk family. Bye-bye.